In Yemen, a stampede at an event to distribute financial aid late Wednesday had killed at least 78 people and injured more than 300. Jeong Eun-joo has the details.
At least 78 people have been killed and more than 300 injured in a stampede in the Yemeni capital, Sanaa. According to the main television news outlet run by Yemen's Iran-aligned Houthi movement early on Thursday, 13 were in a critical situation and the number of casualties is expected to grow. The Houthi-controlled Ministry of Interior spokesman said in a statement that the stampede happened late on Wednesday during the distribution of charitable donations made by merchants to mark the final days of Ramadan. Hundreds of people had crowded into a school to receive the donations, which amounted to 5,000 Yemeni riyals, or about $9 per person. Wealthy people and businessmen often hand out cash and food, especially to the poor during Ramadan. The Interior Ministry also said in a separate statement that the two merchants responsible for organizing the donation event had been detained and an investigation was underway. A spokesman for the ministry blamed the crush on the random distribution of funds without coordination with local officials. The Houthis said they would pay some $2,000 in compensation to each family who lost a relative, while the injured would get around $400. Yemen's capital has been under the control of the Iranian-backed Houthis since 2014, when they removed the country's internationally recognized government. That led to the intervention of a Saudi-led coalition a year later. In recent years, the conflict has turned into a proxy war between Iran and Saudi Arabia. More than 150,000 people, including fighters and civilians, have been killed in the conflict, which has created what the UN has described as one of the world's worst humanitarian disasters. According to the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, more than 21 million people in Yemen, or two-thirds of the country's population, need assistance and protection. Jeong Eun-joo, Arirang News.